Hi, this is Jacqueline here with the Grow Program. Thank you for growing with me on today. Rise to reach your greatness. Rise to reach your greatness. Greatness in God. Greatness in God. Rise to reach your greatness. Rise to reach your greatness. Greatness in God. Greatness in God. I say, rise to reach your greatness. Rise to reach your greatness. Rise, kings and queens, keepers of the dream. Rise each and every day to reach your greatness. What day is the Sabbath day? The Sabbath day is every day. God gives this day our daily bread. We live this day to God. God gives the blessings. God makes a way. All you got to do is move out the way. When you get you out the way, then God can make a way. God gonna start working some stuff out. Next thing you know, wow, God, you really did that. You really worked that situation. I didn't even see that coming, God. I didn't know you. I didn't even expect that. Where'd that come from? Out of left field. Here it come. A change gonna come. And change has come. We are overcoming. Don't wallow in it. Don't wallow in the oppression. You see it going on. You see it happening. See, that's what they want you to focus on. They want you to focus on the breaking news that ain't stopped breaking since I stopped watching it. I stopped watching news years ago because I realized God told me it's time to grow. You can check in and understand this going in, run over here and see this and see that, run here, keep up with the Kardashian, this, that, and the other. They got it going on. It's all around. It's just everywhere. No matter where you look, it's there. So you got to see it. You understand, see, but what you got to do, you got to study and show yourself approved. Don't just take one side and run with it. See, because that's what I did. They had me worked up so that I just almost worked myself up into a nervous breakdown over the breaking news that wouldn't stop breaking. What he gonna do next? Had me worried about what this man up in the White House. He's up in the White House. I'm talking about the former guy. He's up in the White House. Yeah, he was undoing some checks and balances and different things, but he was running policy according to him. The people voted him in there. This is the legislative branch that put him in there. The system, the checks and balances that was in there. He was allowed to uncheck the checks and balances. He was allowed to do all of that there. He was allowed to put acting people in acting positions and doing different things. But the former guy before him didn't do none of that. But see, he came in here and showed that it can be done. Yes, he can, and he went in there and did it. When he heard the former guy say, yes, we can, he understood he could too. He said, I'm going to run too. After that, he said, if he got in there, I'm going to run too. And he sure enough came right behind him. And he already had the agenda, what he was coming in to do. Each president has his own agenda, what he's coming in to do. You may not agree with it. Some folks don't agree with it. On this channel, they don't agree with this guy. On this channel, they don't agree with this guy. So it just depends, which guy you like, which channel you watch. You're going to watch their breaking news. You're going to watch it breaking over here. Because, see, they got a different perspective and how they going to give it to you there. You got to study and show yourself approved. You have to begin to learn about folks so you can really make an informed decision about these people that you putting in office. About politics, it's like, it's at this point in my life, this is me. At this point in my life, I see it. I see it at a point I was really off into it. I was a real diehard Rush Limbaugh listener. I used to listen to Rush Limbaugh every day. KFIM 640 out in California, that was me all day long. When I got in the car, my car radio stayed on KFI. I listened to Dr. Laura and all of it. I listened to it, but I ain't do what she said, and I understand what she's talking about now. Raise your children instead of allowing these step parents to come in and want to dictate and control when they got twisted up dreams. Now it's okay. You meet a loving person and y'all got a loving relationship. I'm all for that. But we got to be careful about who we put over our children. I'm a prime example. Look what happened to me. Thank God that my situation turned out beautifully. My baby has blossomed. When she went right back, when she went right back to being a baby. after something traumatic has happened to her. She went right back to being a baby, but now she's blossomed. She got a job. She's making new friends. She's coming out of her anxiety shell because it took her right back into an anxiety, where when she was 3 years old and she the baby. I knew she was the last one, unless God got some other plan. I don't know what God got planned, I don't know. But she was the baby. She's 17 years old. She was the baby. And I let her watch this movie. I'm sitting there watching it, drag me to hell. I'm watching the movie and she come in. Kids gonna want to do what you do. I'm trying to shoo her out of the room and she just got caught up. She came in on the scene where they were getting ready, they were doing some things. And honey, it took her back to where she wouldn't even go use the bathroom anymore. We had just got done potty training. I had to start buying diapers again because my baby got too scared to go to the store, going to the bathroom. She wouldn't go in there. She would not go anymore. That was over with. So see, we got to be careful, about what we bring around our children, the impressions. But I will tell you, see, I will tell you, I'm watching scary movies to understand what I'm dealing with, really trying to, it was more of a research for me. And it wasn't so much as, because see, I'm already living in a haunted house. So I didn't really need to be scared anymore. I understand demons and spirits, but what I didn't understand, I knew God was with me. I knew God was, but I thought God was off in the distance somewhere watching me. See, I never understood until I really, got on my growing journey, till I really began to grow, to understand that God is with me. See, that's a lot of people don't understand that. In spirituality, and this is spirituality, this is not religion. God is with you. This is a spiritual journey. It says so in the Word. In the Old Testament, Zechariah 4:6, by His Spirit. Yes, you can. By the Spirit of God within you. But see, some people get there. There's some people, not all, some people get there and they get the power. And the power just kind of take over, and then and there come greed. There come my way, my people. I want, and it becomes like a cult. And see, what we got to do from that cult, we got to break free. We got to understand that the world belongs to us all. It don't just belong to you and me. It belongs to us all. It belongs to everyone, and that's what I'm saying. Everyone. It belongs to you and I. As all of us. You and I, as all of us. The world. It's our world. And I want it to grow. And I'm pretty sure you do too. Want the world to grow. How can you deny people an existence? Then God shall deny you what you think you are creating, a legacy. You're creating destruction. Pride goes before destruction. You are destructing you. Check yourself before you wreck yourself. But it was already done, shall be done to you. You have a judge to face. You may think you over the world now, but you have a judge to face. The time is approaching. The time is coming. Don't think that you and your evil deeds shall go long unpunished. God said, vengeance is mine, and it shall be as we grow. So what you do now, lift around you. Begin to lift around you, and then you lift you. Because His eye is on the sparrow. You may think that God is just sitting back and nothing is being done about the evil under the sun, about how we are living in the oppressive times as described in Ecclesiastes chapter 4. Ecclesiastes chapter 3 talks about a time for everything. Now we are living under the sun, but we have the Comforter. We have the Holy Spirit of God that is within each of us. We have the power within us to do the right thing that is in front of us. We have the power to be the role models, to incorporate others, take others under our wing, and show them the right way. We have the power to remove others from heading towards the dark side, to stay on the light side of truth. between me and you. It's up to us to be the change, to change the world around us, to make a difference, to empower others. Then we empower ourselves. When we empower others, we empower ourselves. Just think about that for a minute. Just think about that for a minute. And then we're going to keep on empowering and empowering and empower. I empower you, Queen. I empower you, Queen. Empower yourself. I empower you, King. I empower you, King. Empower yourself. And that empowers me. I am empowered to empower thee in God, to let you know that God is real. God is moving. God is here. God is also a spirit. God is what you cannot see, but what is there. It's like faith, the evidence of things not seen, but what you know is there. You know, what you hope for, the evidence, the proof is there. The truth, the light is there for you to get. Grab hold to it. Grab you some light and shine your light. Let your light shine and light up the world, because, honey, you can, where there was darkness, you can make it bright. You can brighten it up right there. It takes a village to raise a child. Grab hold of that child and bring that child up in love. Teach a child in the way they should go, and when they're old, they shall not depart. Grab a hold of that child. I'm telling you, no, it ain't your responsibility. No, it is. They had that child. You right. They chose to bring the child. But I'm telling you something. That child did not ask to be here. That child is a ray of hope from God. A light for tomorrow. Grab a hold of that child, because that child will not forget you tomorrow. That's one thing I tell you. It's some famous people who talk about how their biological parent was not there, but a step parent stepped in for that child. Now, you got some loving, beautiful step parents, but you got some evil ones out there too. You know, we going to get on child abuse and the things that people done. We going to out their spiritual warfare, because it takes a village to raise a child. How could you hurt something so harmless? How could you hurt something like a child? Something so beautiful, something that looks to you, that looks up to you in hope, for love, unconditional love. That's all the child gives you. A child gives you unconditional love and wisdom. People get upset because kids are so smart. They'll tell you about yourself, and won't think twice about it, because that's just how they are. They speak, and this wisdom comes from God. You look at a child, how do you know this? And then you be wanting to, smack them around or whatever. But that's their personality. Because, see, you can smack it right now and quiet it, but later on it's going to come roaring back, because that's how they are. You can't beat that out of a child. You teach them in love. You teach them how to tie. This is how we say things. This is how we speak to people. Yes, the truth, but we got to say it in a certain kind of way, or we just be quiet. We don't have nothing kind and nice. How we say things. Kids say things a certain kind of way. They come at you. They'll tell you, what you need to be doing. They will. Look at my grandson, honey. He's something. He that bold. He knows it's time to grow. He went to school and he was having a bad day. And the teacher they got it now where they can email you. They just send you a text message. Something going on, send you a text. Hey, he cutting up over here. What you want to do? So I told her to tell him that I said to put him, in a quiet area, since he want to mouth off at the other kids. They ain't got to hear what he got to say. Put him in the quiet corner so he can get the attention that he's looking for, that he craving. Everybody can see him right there by himself. And tell him I said, Sow Love, grow. And she said, when I said, Sow Love, grow, he said, oh, yeah, and had a beautiful rest of the day. And on the next day, he told me he wanted to go to the store and buy some candy for everybody. So that's what we went and did. He went and bought a bunch of candy. Sow love, grow. When you sow love, you grow love. He made some extra friends now. So wonderful for Bo as he grow. Let's all grow. Let's all see, a child shall lead them. Let's be like Bo. Yeah, he had a bad day. He kind of took it out on some folks, but now he know better. He forgot about Sow Love, grow. He said, oh yeah, that's what she said. He said, oh yeah, you remember that? I taught him that. So now we want to be like Bo. We want to sow love, grow. if it take you sometime, like I was a beautiful, think about this. I want to plan a beautiful family reunion. When's the last time you had a family reunion, a get together, a come together, a family reunion? Time for love, time for honoring life, for honoring and giving praise unto God for the love that he gives to us. Because with each sunrise comes a new beginning. With each sunrise, here go a day to do it again. Here go a day to try again. Here go a day to grow again. Here go a day that this day our God has given to us. A new day, a new way. Greatness reached over oppression through wisdom. Rise to reach your greatness. Greatness in God. I'm telling you, honey, I'm the praise and worship team. I'm it. I'm the praise and worship team, and I'm here to usher you in to grow in God. Now, the collection plate, what you do with that? Where you see a need, sow a seed. Sow a seed around you. Begin to lift around you. Lift some folks around you. Don't just lift one. We got to lift all of us. Don't just live one. I see you doing all right over here. You drive a nice car, got a beautiful building you congregate in. That's nice. But look, we need to sow into the community also. We need to do some different things. We need to start having some job training. We can sit and look at the government and wait on them all day long. You see what kind, they got 3 ring circuits going on over here. So we got to start growing over here. You buy up that building down there. Come on over here, Pastor. We need this church. We can turn this church into a community center. A place where some people can come in and congregate, where some children can learn some different things, learn some job skills. These teenagers ain't got what they're going to do in the summertime. We need to get in trouble. We need to find something for them to do in each community. Chicago, it's time Chicago grow. It's time to grow, Chicago grow. Come on, Chicago grow. It's time to grow. I see you, Maryland. I understand you under some oppression, Maryland. See, I got to look at the United States, too. United States is awfully big. I see you growing, United States. I see you down in Texas. I'm telling you, we getting ready to start growing. We getting ready to touch some hearts. We getting ready to change minds. We getting ready to start growing. We getting ready to start sowing. We getting ready to begin to lift. We getting ready to begin to touch all around you. Don't push, don't shove, don't put a stumbling block. Lift them up. Where you see a need, sow a seed. We get ready to come together as a people, all of us, different skin, one love, one God who created us. If we don't come together, we're going to stay divided. It's time to come up together, because whatever you got, it's going to stay here. It ain't going with you, honey. And there's one thing, you ain't going to pay your way in. You pay your way in through your heart, not through your pocket. God ain't looking at your wallet. God don't need your wallet. And there is an afterlife. I'm telling you right now, there is an afterlife, honey, just as sure as I'm sitting here in my room on my happy moon. Because I'm here to tell you, I'm the woman in the moon. I reflect the light off the sun, and I give love just like the sun does. The moon gives love too. The moon just moody. It may be this way this night. It may be this way that night. It may be full, but I'm telling you what the moon gonna always do is gonna be full of love. No matter how much of it you get, you gonna get love off the moon. The woman in the moon. I'm telling you. Glory be to God. Glory be to God as we grow. Honey, pass me the side. It's time to rise. We already had the rain. Now some rain ain't gonna never come again. Never, ever. We gonna grow. We gonna grow. And as the rain pelts us, we gonna grow. Because I'm telling you, that rain will come down, honey. That rain will come down just like those tears flow. I know I had to grow. The queen rose up in me and she screamed at me. As I was on my way to a nervous breakdown and I already lost the will to live, she screamed at me. And she said, what kind of judgment would you face if you turn your back on the human race? What would happen to grow if I stopped growing? Never. I live to grow and I grow to live. And I will until I transition, until the Lord calls me home. My name is already written in the book. I want your name wrote in the book. grow to God each and every day. We are spiritual beings. We are not religious. We are spiritual beings, and we live under God, not under man. No collar, no robe don't mean nothing to God. It's how you live in your life. Glory be to God. Greatness reached over oppression through wisdom all over the world. God bless you as you grow.